Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the 3.3 practice assessment. Sorry for the last video cutting off. The quality was just too bad, so I thought I'd discontinue it. Anyway, in this video we are going to finish off this first task, which is finding the mathematical models for both of the people on the horses. So now we're going to focus on Evelyn, okay? So her horse rises to a maximum every 4 minutes, so they've already given us the period, which is nice. With a minimum of 90 centimeters. Now that's in the incorrect unit, so because everything else is in meters, we need to convert that 90 centimeters into meters. And then this bit right here is really important because they haven't told us when the maximum or when the minimum happens, right, at any specific time. So to find the C value in our equation, we're going to use this bit here, which I'll talk more about later. So we go down. I've already copy and pasted some stuff. It's still the same equation with sine. So all the same steps as how we found Susan. So the maximum was 2.3 and the minimum was 0.9 in meters. So we've got 2.3 plus 0.9 divided by 2. And that's going to be 1.6 again. Our amplitude is just going to be the max minus our D value, so that's going to be 2.3 minus 1.6, which gives you 0.7. Now for our B, it's going to be 2 pi divided by the period, which was 4 minutes, because that's when, a maximum every 4 minutes. Because remember, a maximum to a maximum is the period. We can simplify that to pi over 2. So B equals pi over 2. Okay, so if I take this equation and we substitute our values that we've just found, so we've got 0.7 and rewrite this a little bit more. Our pi over 2 x plus c plus the 1.6. So now we need to find c. And for our y and x coordinate, we're going to use that bit of information that the questions told us. So the horse begins to increase from an initial height of 1. So basically what that means is when y equals 1, he equals 0, or x equals 0. So those are the two things we need to plug in, because that's when it actually starts increasing, right? So we're going to go over here, and for y, we're going to plug in 1 equals, copy and paste all that, 0 plus c, okay? This is going to simplify. If we take negative 1.6 to the other side, that's going to be negative 0.6 equals all this. Now, and then this can just become c because it's 0. Now notice how these two numbers don't match up. Don't be worried if they don't match up, because sometimes they're not going to be the exact same. Usually they are, but don't be like, afraid that you got it wrong because they're not the same. Just check all your other working and make sure it all makes sense. But we'll check this and we know it's right. So we go into our calculator and we go negative 0.6 divided by 0.7. We're going to get negative 0.857, so negative 0.857 dot 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 equals this bit here. Now we're going to take the inverse of sine, so sine inverse of that equals pi over 2 c plus, that's supposed to be gone, sorry. Get rid of that and get rid of that and get rid of that. And if we go to our calculator and we put in that and shift answer, okay, it just doesn't want to do it, I guess. Alright, you'll get negative 1.029, so negative 1.029 dot 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 equals pi over 2 times c. So the final thing we need to do is c is going to equal negative 1.029 times the reciprocal, so 2 over pi. I'll just remind you, multiply by reciprocal to eliminate this fraction here. And if we go back and we do the answer times, it's going to be, 2 over pi now. So 2 over pi. And that's going to give us a C value of negative 0.65. We can round that to negative 0.66. So now we've found our full equation. So if I just copy and paste this equation here, and we can write it in terms of the context properly. So negative 0.66. So instead of writing y and x, because we want to link it to the context, we're going to model it like how we did with Susan. So position of Evelyn. So we can have P and E. This E is meant to be small. And then instead of x, we're going to have a time value. And that is the mathematical model for Evelyn's position on horse, right? Ride. There we go. So that is task 1 done. We have found both the mathematical models, so that is definitely an achieved, and it's possibly getting close to a merit, but you have to do a little bit more to get the merit, which is involved in the second task, which I will cover next video. Cheers.